The Zintharian war fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Sol System, their crystalline hulls gleaming with predatory confidence. Commander Vexithal's compound eyes scanned the tactical display, mandibles clicking in satisfaction. Intelligence had been clear. The humans were a young species, barely 3 centuries into space travel. Their planet, designated Terra-3 in Zintharian records, would fall within a solar rotation. Begin the assault, Vexithal commanded, his translator rendering the clicks and whistles into standard galactic common. What the Zintharians didn't know, what none of the Galactic Council had bothered to investigate, was that Earth wasn't just another garden world. It was classified as a Class 12 Deathworld, a designation so rare that only 17 existed in the known galaxy. Penelope Chen stood in the command center of Lunar Defense Station Alpha, her dark eyes fixed on the approaching fleet. At 28, she was young for a station commander, but her experience fighting off asteroid pirates and coordinating rescue missions during the Titan colony disaster had earned her the position. "They're not responding to hails," reported Lieutenant David Morrison from the communications station, his fingers flying across the haptic interface. "Weapons are hot. This isn't a diplomatic mission." Penelope's jaw tightened. "Then we give them what they came for. Activate Protocol Deathworld." David's head snapped toward her. "Commander, that protocol is approved for use when Earth faces existential threat." Penelope finished. "I'd say a fleet of 200 warships qualifies. Initiate the sequence." The Zintharian fleet split into 3 prongs, a textbook encirclement maneuver that had conquered 47 worlds. Vexithal watched with satisfaction as his ships moved into position. The primitive human vessels scrambled to respond, but they were hopelessly outnumbered. Then the Earth did something unexpected. It opened. From concealed facilities across every continent, from deep ocean trenches, and from hollowed-out mountains, humanity revealed what they had been building in secret for decades. Not just weapons, not just ships, but something far more terrifying. The Australians released the first wave. Vexithal's tactical officer shrieked in confusion as the sensors picked up thousands of small, fast-moving objects launching from the Australian continent. "Commander, biological signatures. They're animals." On the view screen, enhanced cameras showed the truth. Specially modified drop pods, each containing Earth's apex predators, saltwater crocodiles, enhanced with cybernetic implants and radiation shielding, box jellyfish swarms in suspension gel, ready to flood enemy life support systems, Sydney funnel web spiders by the thousands, their venom genetically enhanced to affect a broad spectrum of alien biochemistries. But that was just the beginning. "Release sequence 2, Penelope ordered calmly, watching as the enemy fleet's formation began to waver. David coordinated with ground control. "African Division confirms deploying package now from the Serengeti and Congo Basin." Kinetic launch systems hurled their payloads into space. Hippos, bioengineered to survive in vacuum for short periods, encased in impact armor. Lions with neural interfaces that turned them into guided missiles of teeth and claws. African killer bees in swarms so dense they registered on radar. The South American contribution was perhaps the most insidious. Poison dart frogs, whose skin secretions had been weaponized. Electric eels that could short-circuit ship systems. And bullet ants, whose modified venom could eat through standard military hull plating. Vexithal's fleet was in chaos. Ships reported breaches as the biological weapons found their way through defensive screens. His soldiers, evolved on a peaceful world with minimal predators, had no evolutionary framework for dealing with creatures that existed solely to kill. "This is impossible." His second-in-command chittered in panic. "These are just animals. How can animals threaten warships?" "These aren't just animals." Penelope's voice crackled over every Zintharian communication channel, David having finally broken their encryption. "These are for billion years of evolution on a planet that's been trying to kill everything on it. Since life began, we humans, we're not the strongest thing on Earth. We're not the fastest, not the most venomous, not the apex predator by any physical measure. We're the most terrifying thing on our world for one reason. We survived everything else, and then we made friends with it." The Zintharian flagship shuddered as something breached the hull. Vexithal watched in horror as his security feed showed a pack of enhanced honey badgers, small, furious mammals that Earth scientists had once joked had evolved for pure spite, tearing through bulkheads with claws reinforced with titanium alloys. "Retreat!" Vexithal screamed. Full retreat. But it was too late. The humans had released their final surprise from Earth's oceans, where humanity had spent centuries cataloging and studying their world's most successful survivors. Came the Orcs, not the friendly, intelligent cetaceans that performed in aquariums, but their military cousins, enhanced with cybernetic implants, capable of limited space travel, and trained by human Navy SEALs in coordinated assault tactics. Each orcapod targeted a Zintharian capital ship with terrifying precision. They had learned from humanity's own naval warfare, attacking engines, disabling weapons, creating chaos. Of the 200 Zintharian warships that entered Sol System, only 17 escaped. They jumped to hyperspace in random directions, carrying tales that would spread through the Galactic Council like wildfire. David slumped in his chair, exhausted. "Commander, we're receiving surrender requests from the remaining enemy vessels." Penelope nodded slowly, watching the tactical display as the last threats winked out. "Accept their surrender. Recall all biological assets, and have medical teams standing by for humans and Zintharians both." She turned to face her crew, seeing the mixture of shock and pride on their faces. "Let's be clear about what happened here today. We didn't win because we were stronger. We won because we understood something the galaxy doesn't. Earth isn't our home. In spite of being a death world, it's our home because of it. Every horror that evolved here made us sharper, smarter, more adaptable. And we didn't conquer those horrors, we learned to live with them, respect them, even love them." David managed a tired smile. "Think the Council will get the message?" "Oh, they'll get it," Penelope said, pulling up the communication logs showing panic transmissions, spreading across dozens of star systems. "By next week, every species in the galaxy will know, if you go to war with humans, you don't just face humanity, you face everything that made us human in the first place." She looked out at Earth, hanging blue and beautiful in the void, and felt a surge of fierce love for the terrifying, wonderful, deadly planet that had forged humanity in its crucible. "Welcome to the neighborhood," she whispered. "Try not to pet anything that might kill you."